How do you fancy something really tasty, something sumptuous, something spicy? We'll take a look at this. Hi there curry fans, welcome back. It's Friday and we've got another great tasty recipe for you. I hope this video finds you well and safe and sane in these crazy times. However, if you're feeling a little bit under the weather, and hey, we're heading into winter, we do get coughs and colds at this time of year. Naturally, we're going to think it's the worst. But if you are feeling a little bit under the weather, then there's nothing like a hot, spicy curry to make you feel better, and that's exactly what we've got for you today with this chicken Karahi recipe, Pakistani style. Now, why do we say Pakistani style? Well, the Karahi, chicken Karahi, is a famous dish in North India and in Pakistan, but there's a difference between the two recipes. In India, you'll tend to get peppers in there. In the Pakistani version, you won't get the peppers, but we'll get some yogurt in there, we'll get a bit more methi, bit more garlic and some fresh ginger just to give it that Pakistani style flavour, and that's what we're going for today. So what we're trying to do, as mentioned with the past two videos, is up our game when it comes to British Indian restaurant style curry. So we've got a bit of a fusion thing going on here in that we want, yes, that restaurant style quickness and taste, but also we want that authenticity, we want those whole spices, we want more going on in the curry, more flavour, more taste, and that's what we're going to get today. So without further ado, let's see what we've got ingredients wise.
This recipe serves two. We've got 4 cloves of garlic chopped, we have an inch piece of fresh ginger chopped, our whole spices are turmeric, coriander, cumin, red Kashmiri chili powder, we've got some kasuri methi and garam masala. We've got 2 tomatoes chopped, 3 chilies chopped, and 1 medium red onion chopped. And this is our pre-cooked chicken. This is chicken thigh, much more tasty than chicken breast, cooked in a bit of base gravy. And here's our base gravy. We'll just use a couple of ladles of base gravy because we're going to add water in with this recipe too. And our whole spices, 5 green cardamom, 3 cloves, scant teaspoon of cumin seeds. We've got some low-fat natural yogurt, and salt. We'll use about a teaspoon.
We're going to put this curry together, and the first thing that we want to do is always make sure that we've got a hot pan to cook in. So just put your pan on your flame, just put it on a medium flame just to heat it up so that when we start adding our ingredients, the pan is already hot. We're going to go with about 2 chef spoons of rapeseed oil, and we're using rapeseed oil because we don't really want the oil to flavour this dish. We want something that's neutral. To check your oils up to temperature, just drop a couple of cumin seeds in, just check if they're sizzling. They're just starting to sizzle, so that seems to be about right. So we'll go in with our cardamom and cloves, and in with our cumin seed, and we'll just allow those seeds to leach their flavours into the oil. Just make sure that the cumin seeds don't go dark brown. We want about 30-40 seconds, and that should be good. Make sure that your cardamom pods have been split so the seeds are exposed, get the flavours out of the cardamom. Yep, that's looking good. So now in with our onion. And chilies. And we don't want to completely brown these onions, we just want to soften them a little bit. What we're looking for with this curry is body. We want this curry to have a nice thick body to it, hence we've chopped our onions nice and fine. That's sort of softening up nicely. So now in with our garlic and ginger. You know when your garlic's cooked, just make sure that it's not looking too brown. You don't want it dark brown, and the sizzle just dies down as the water content leaves the garlic. Tomatoes in next, just the chopped ones. So you notice we're keeping our mixture quite tight at the moment. Not much liquid in there other than the oil and the liquid coming out of the tomatoes and onions. We just want to keep it that way for a little bit till we break our tomatoes down. Now the sizzling's dying down, the tomatoes are starting to soften. We're going to go in with our spices. Over half a teaspoonful of turmeric. We've got a good teaspoonful of freshly ground coriander. A teaspoonful of cumin. And just a half a teaspoon, scant half teaspoon of the Kashmiri chili powder. So we're just pulling the flavours out of those spices. Still nice tight dry mixture, and we're going to go in with our chicken. And as you can see, we've got some of the liquid from the pre-cook, some of the stock, especially when you're cooking with chicken thigh. Do you want to do this? Because you'll get some of that flavour of the chicken into your curry. That's the problem with so many BIRs with the pre-cooked chicken. There's no stock. There's no flavour of the meat having been cooked in the curry. So as you see, we've got curry building there, and we've still not put any base gravy in yet. Now we're going to add in our teaspoonful of salt. Now as the sauce has reduced some, we're going to add in our first ladle of base gravy, which is hot. You always want to add the gravy in hot so you don't bring the temperature down in the pan. So we're just going to reduce that for a little while, and then once we reduce it, we're just going to add a little bit of water, and then a bit later we might add another half ladle or so of base gravy. Sauce is thickening up nicely now. Just make sure that your gravy is not sticking in the pan, just keep turning it in. I'm just going to add a little bit of water, just a little bit like that, a couple of chef spoons. And at this stage we're going to add in our methi leaves. You just want a really good pinch, maybe a good half teaspoon. Just rub them between your hands into the curry like that. We're going to add in another ladle or so of base gravy. So at this stage we're going to add in a good pinch of coriander, plus some of the stalks, loads of flavour in the stalks, and then our sticks of fresh ginger. You don't want to cook these too much because we want to get that fresh ginger pop. Now we're just going to add in just a pinch, good pinch, probably a third of a teaspoon of garam masala. So we're just taking the heat down now. As you can see, the oil's starting to float on the top. Our final touch is we're going to put in about a tablespoon of natural low-fat yogurt. This is just going to add a certain creaminess, velvety texture, and just that Pakistani flavour that's so often seen or tasted in street food. Looks like we're ready to serve that. Just some more coriander. And we're ready to serve that up. So the all-important taste test, let's try it. Let's try a bit of the sauce first of all. Oh wow. Wow, you've got something that's spicy, but the heat is coming from the chilies, it's coming from the garlic, it's coming from the ginger, it's coming from the spices. It's not overpoweringly hot, like the dense heat that you get from chili powder. and you can taste the complexity of flavors, the various different layers of flavors within the sauce that we built, using whole spices, using the garam masala at the end, using those coriander stalks, and then the fresh ginger, just those pieces of fresh ginger that we just added at the end has created something that is absolutely sumptuous and gorgeous. And you can just taste that sort of slight creamy velvety sort of sourness of the yogurt, just a slight background flavour. If you like spicy curries, if you like madras, if you like jalfrezi, you've got to try this. Make it and let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching. I hope that video has whet your appetite to want to go and make that curry for yourself, that delicious chicken karahi, Pakistani style. Make it, you will not be disappointed. It's absolutely delicious. Now, next week, we're gonna look at my method of pre-cooking chicken and pre-cooking lamb. We'll also look at the marinating process, how I marinate my chicken or lamb to get the most flavor in that. Now, if you've got my ebooks, no doubt you've seen my methods mentioned in those books. I've got a few little tweaks that are quite interesting, so we'll look forward to that next week. If you've just found this channel for the first time, then please subscribe and hit the bell notification button to be alerted for more videos as I make them. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That really is appreciated. I like that. And any comments, post them below and let's get a bit of a chat going about this curry. So thanks for watching. See you next week.